Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking, and today we will be flying at an altitude of rising above the crisis. The quote of the day is, so sit back, relax, and let's take flight. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our third episode of Take Flight. It's your girl, Ophir. I have with me my amazing co-host, Phil. Unfortunately, our third co-host, Simone, was not able to be with us today, so just be me and Phil. But don't worry, it's still going to be an exciting episode. And actually, what we wanted to do today is we want to do a continuation of our second episode with Delwood Network Marketing. And we have our guest on today, Anton Francis. Anton, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Pretty
We're
well.
doing amazing. First off, before we get into it, and before we get into a little bit more about our guest, how's everybody feeling today? How was your week? How was your weekend? Give us a little insight on what's been going on.
My weekend was pretty well. This weekend was actually the company I'm a part of. They actually launched a new product, and that's a game changer. I was excited when I see that, and it's pretty well. So I know it can be I can end 2020 in a pretty good state.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, and it definitely was an amazing, amazing training session. And Tom, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, this weekend has been really exciting, especially, in terms of what's coming out for 2021, 2022, 2023. Being 3 years in advance is like, I mean, it's exciting because a lot of people don't know what's going on, but being in the know is a very good thing. And I'm really glad to know what's going on right now.
Definitely, definitely. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. So, guys, we're so excited to be in your living rooms, your front room, your kitchen, your bedroom, wherever you may be at this time. Thank you for tuning in. And do not forget to like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is under Group Presents. So please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let us know, how we're doing, what we could do better, what you would like to see or hear from us. So definitely would love your feedback. So I want to give you a little deets on our amazing guest today. Anton Francis is actually a personal friend of mine, and he's actually the person that got me involved in the network marketing company that we spoke of in the previous episode, World Ventures. I saw him, living his life, and I'm like, what this dude doing? Because I need to do the same thing he doing. Because I love to travel, and I am an avid traveler. But like every other week or something, this boy was posting pictures in some other part of the world. And I'm like, spoke to me, and he was very truthful, and he told me how he was able to literally clear out his $40,000 student debt that he was doing. Not only that, this guy was able to retire at what age? In his early 20s. What person retiring in their early 20s? So just on that alone, I was like, yo, I wanna do what he's doing. And since then, he's been helping me. He's been helping me to create a team, and he has been helping me every step of the way as it relates to this business. And I'm so lucky and blessed to have him as a mentor, because he's definitely a beast at what he as well, he got me stuttering and all. That's how much of a beast he is. I can't even get the words out of my mouth. He's a beast at what he does, and there's no better person that I would like to follow than Anton. So I'm so delighted to have him on our show during this time. So give him a big round of applause. Yeah. So Anton, the first thing, first thing we want to get into is, the pandemic has really kind of opened our eyes in terms of life as we know it, and that there's a shift happening, and a lot of persons who depended on a 9 to 5, that ain't working out no more, buddy. And this pandemic has showed us that, and showed us that nothing is secure. So if you don't have something that's yours, you're kind of in a you're kind of in a section of where a lot of people are right now, where it's like, I only got one leg to this table. And when I say table, I mean I'm using that as an analogy with income. I only got one leg, and I ain't got nothing else to fall back on. And he was able to, even through this pandemic, because he had a system with this network marketing company called War Ventures. He was able to thrive during this pandemic. He didn't have to feel the losses that other persons were feeling. He didn't have to feel loss of losing his job because he owned the system. He didn't have to feel the loss of having to go to NIB because he had money coming in every month. And I'm going to let him, which is residual income, and I'm going to let him kind of explain that more when we get into that with him. He didn't have to worry about where the next dollar was coming from, or him having to get a second job, or him having to lose his job because, like, he's retired. So he works for himself. He works on his own schedule. And that's very inspiring to see someone who's, in their early 30s, late 20s, that is still able to thrive. You would expect like big businesses to be thriving during this time, like Tesla and Amazon and things like that. But you have people in this little country of ours that are still thriving through this time and still living, and we're going to get into how do you build your business during times like these, background of yourself, how you got into network marketing, and the fruits of your labor that have occurred because of being a part of that concept.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, glory to God for even being in this situation. Got to give praise to the Most High. Thanks for having me on the podcast. It's definitely a pleasure. But I saw network marketing 5 years ago from a good friend of mine as well. Someone who I had met 3 years prior to even being introduced to this whole, to this company. I've been approached by it before at the age of 19 years old it was another friend, and it was another person they had approached me with. It was a different company. They were selling, perishable items and non-perishable items. It got me excited, but it wasn't something I felt aligned with me at the age of 19. And I pretty much did not get involved at 19 years old because the mindset just was in there. I was pretty much in college. I wasn't really thinking about success on a high level. I was just thinking about, the next day, having fun, passing my classes. I wasn't thinking about success. It didn't hit me yet. But then I got hit with the same industry again in a different company in World Ventures 5 years ago when I was $40,000 in debt, coming from college in Canada. So now I'm thinking about my future. Now I'm thinking about the next level. And I'm just like, man, I really want different. I want change. Just didn't know how to get it. And then my friend came right there, called me on the phone. It must be I think it was like 7:47 in the night, if I remember correctly, September 27, 2015. I remember like it was yesterday. Told me, get my hip out of bed. I got to come see her right now. I mean, I'm like, never ever heard my friend speak to me like that before, But somehow I got out of my bed, went and I took a look at what they had going on. Didn't know what I was even going to go see. But I'm glad I went because it was something that really opened my eyes to what's out here. And it was basically how I could vacation the world, help other people, make more money, become somebody, not just live check to check to check, paying bills. And I said, I'm in. I didn't have the money, like most people, was broke. Right. But at the same time, I didn't use my situation to hold me down. So I just said yes. I found the money, got started. I got started because I sold my game system and I borrowed the money from someone I hadn't talked to in 2 years, the rest of the money, because I financially I didn't have it, right? Financially, I just couldn't afford to do anything else. Like, so I really thought about my situation and evaluated it, and I was like, I really and truly can't afford a $300 decision. A $300 decision in 2015. You know, there are people that pay for Jordans at a sports center for $300 and plus dollars. You know, people like females bring in hair from China for $315 and stuff. So I can't afford a three. So I just said, you know, this ain't gonna beat me. I'm not gonna let that beat me up. So I got started anyway, you know, and that's how I got on this path today. Now for me, I had a rough start. I did not come out the gates fast at all. It took me 5 months to make my first sale. But you know, I love the fact that there is a system in place and there's mentorship. That's what saved my life. That's what got me going because the person I was, I had to kill off that old person to become somebody new. It's like a phoenix. When you become a phoenix, you got to first dive into the ground in the ashes and rise in the fire. And that's what happened for me. You know, I rebirthed myself a whole different person, a whole different persona, a whole different mindset, a whole different way of attitude. And I just took on a whole different person. I left the old me down. And from there, like I exploded in my 6th and 7th month, exploded. And then on my 11th month, I was starting to earn a passive residual income that was pretty much almost half of my bills. And then by my, I would say 1 year and a month in, like fully from the day I started to then, I was already earning the same thing part time I was earning on my full time job. You know, 14 months into the company, I was doubling the income I was currently making. So I was still owning my full time job. I was pissed off that I had to show up every day, knowing that I was making more money on the side. But it was like, you know, it was exciting. But what really made me make the decision to go full time and never look at a 9 to 5 ever again since 2017 was that I had friends that had left their careers in their early 20s and their late 20s. And my mentors that retired at the age of 24 years old, 6-figure income they retired from. They didn't retire from a 5-figure income like me. They retired from a 6-figure income. So that like common sense, you know. It's like you gotta pay attention. So I'm like, man, if you retired from a 6-figure income, making $500 a day, you know, to do something to make what $500 an hour, I mean, you gotta pay attention. You gotta be coachable. You gotta be, you know, teachable. So I'm like, all right, I'm a pay attention. But of course, they gave me great mentorship. Told me not to leave yet till I cleared all my debt, and I made sure I do that. Made sure I set up that emergency fund so that if anything went wrong, because business is business, anything could happen. And you know, I left in 2017. And 3 years into the company, I was making 5 times more than I was already making on my full-time job, helping other people earn more money, you know, experience more of the world, broaden their horizons, become more leaders, think like bigger, you know.
You just said a major milestone basically during this pandemic, and everybody is assuming that you cannot make money during this, and people figure that in the Bahamas that we're at, that this time is basically no one makes money basically in this time. Basically everybody feels that nobody struggles, but from what we know, you hit a big milestone during this time. Like, explain to everybody what you did to actually accomplish that, and how did that made you feel?
Yeah, basically what was achieved a couple of days ago was I had earned $100,000 in my lifetime of being a part of network marketing.
You what?
It's a feat that, you know, I think I can't remember the percentage, but it's a feat that a lot of people reach when they're approaching their 5th year in the company. Some people do it in a couple of months, some people do it in a couple, maybe a few years short. But I was able to do it in the 4th year. And I mean, I'm truly grateful for that because it happened like you're saying through a pandemic. It happened through a time where people really thought that you can't even make money on a job, you know? So, and we were able to do that because I've been doing what I've been doing from day one. Like I said, I have mentors, and the thing about it is that that's very important to have during this time, is to have someone that can help you lead the way in your head so that you can help others lead the way. But the thing about it is that, you know, I was pretty much on par to hit this, but it's just that because of the pandemic, it happened a lot faster. I was supposed to hit this going on my 6th year, but the pandemic sped it up because people started looking for ways to make money. Believe it or not, most people, because you're taught that because there's no job, there's no opportunity. You're taught that because you can't start up, you don't know how to start a business. So you're not going to think about starting a business. You may not know what's out there that you could provide a need to. You may not know that the world needs this, so you're going to provide that. You don't have those skills right now because you've been taught to build a resume, to apply for this position, to earn that amount of money, whether maybe you get a $50 a year raise on your increment, maybe $100 depending on where you work. Maybe you get a promotion, and that's all good. But the thing is, you're not taught business skills and how to improve the quality of other people. They say that service to many leads to greatness. If you help enough people get what they want, you get what you want. Throughout this pandemic, I mean, it's just like slicing a knife through cheese. We made more money through the pandemic because people were like looking for ways to make more money. I mean, it just goes hand in hand. It's basically like butter to bread, right? It's like Western oil to your cooking. It's the same thing. It goes hand in hand. And that's how come we were able to win, because our business thrives during down times. We thrive. We don't go out of business. We don't get shooken up like the world. We actually help put the world back together and patch the world. You may lose half your income. You may be making $125,000 a year on your, six-figure career. Then you lose half your income because the business you're working for can't afford to pay you right now. That's where we come in. Part-time, you spend a few $100s to get involved. You could sell a proven product, and you can earn commissions on the side to make up for the lack of money that you pretty much lost. All network marketing does is it improves the quality of your life, whether it's just the product, improving your lifespan, whether it's health and nutrition, wellness, whether it's something, whether it's travel. I don't care if it's scrap metal. It's going to improve something. But then you have the opportunity that helps you improve the money that you make, So you don't just make money, you make residual. You make residuals, right? They come in every month, right? They come in every month, whether you like it or not. That's like mailbox money. That's that Michael Jackson, Bob Marley. That's that type of money. That's that Jay-Z money for all my rappers out there, right? That's that real estate money from those properties that you own. That's that storage component money. That's the type of money we make over here. It's different. It's not your regular, I clock in, you get paid after I clock out. It's not that type of money, because when you stop clocking in, you stop getting paid. We don't make that type of money over here. We make forever money over here. We make money where you help other people make money, you make way more money. You help a lot of people make money, it's stupid money. Sometimes you go to the bank and you're like, this is illegal. Because it's just how much people you help. It's like, this can't be real. And when you reach top levels in our companies, I mean, the bonuses you get along in terms of what you're making. I have friends that make $50,000 a month in what we do, that teach us how to do what we're doing. Have a home bonus of $3,000, car bonus of $1,500. Some of them got 2 home bonuses and 2 car bonuses. They got 4 cars for no reason. And it's because they could afford to do that, because our company pays for that lifestyle, right? Houses paid for, cars paid for, no debt. It's just strictly cash, strictly residual, strictly wealth. That's what we're building on. That's what we do. This is a different world. This we call it Wayne's World. You'll learn more about that when you get started with us.
Ready to get started? Wonderful, man. You always bring some intensity to whenever you speak, man. Okay, so here's the thing, right? How did you keep the fuel going during this time? Because for a lot of people, some persons got into like a depression type of state where it kind of played with their mind. How did you keep yourself fueled to keep the business going, to keep the train moving, to keep that big mo effect going for you?
You gotta have goals. I got my goals written down all day long. I'm not fluffing around with this thing. I'm not the New Year's resolution guy. I'm sorry. I'm not joining none of you guys' party of New Year's resolution. I don't make a New Year's resolution on December 31st just to start my life over every December 31st, January 1st. I'm not that type of person, because that's just hype. I don't follow hype. That's the first thing. People follow hype. That's why they fizzle out. Hype fizzles out all the time. This thing goes with sense. That's why I say a mentor. You have a mentor. I mean, you're going to slap you across your head until you get it right. And my mentor ain't nobody to play with, And the thing is, you got to set, because he checking on your goals. And when he send a text, how close are you to your goals? You can't be sweating. You got to be getting closer. Because then it's like, you You got to earn that respect. This person has the life you want. And think about it. That's like going to school, and then you have a teacher that's like, they're pouring into you and you fail their class. You think that teacher going to want to put you up for up against anybody else in other schools? No, because you're not ready, right? So when it comes to this life stuff, you got to be on par. So first thing is you got to have your goals. If you don't have goals, you're already out the game. You got to have goals. You got to have short-term, long-term goals. We got long-term goals. We got goals that go way beyond any pandemic. We got goals 5 years into the future, right? So it's like, why would I stop if I have these things that I want to accomplish right in front of me? I can clearly see them. I got them written down, step by step, detailed, what I need to do. I know exactly what I need to do. The problem is that people just don't know what they need to do. They don't know where they're going in life. A lot of people waking up every single day and they have no idea where they're going. They just walking through life. It's like going in a boat and you have no parasail. You ain't got no compass. You ain't got no ship general, nobody. You don't know where you're going. You set that sail. Let's just say you do set your sail. Let's just say you have a sail at least. And you go on the waters. What happens? You're going to drift. You're going to drift anywhere. And you're going to land on some uncharted territory. You don't know where this place is. You may land in Zimbabwe. Who all knows? But you may have been trying to go to Miami. You're trying to figure out, what the hell? Why did it take me 16 days to get here when it's supposed to take me 4 hours? You landed out there because you didn't know where you was going. And that's why people take forever sometimes to reach success, because they doing this all day long. It's all over the place. And then you following these set of friends here, then you got to drop those friends. And you listening to these people over here, then you got to drop that. You listening to the news over here, then you got to drop that. You confused. You don't know where you're going tonight. You don't know the path. We know where we going. We got it written down right here. We got the game plan. We got the map. We got the treasure map. We know where we're going. We don't get shaken up by these things because, again, I'm saying we because everybody, we all on the same page. Everybody that's lasting through these tested times, they know where they're going because they're connected with the right people. That's why we don't get fizzled out. That's why we don't get shaken up. That's why we ain't quitting. That's why we don't think about those other things. And then I'm inspired by the people I'm working with. I'm inspired by how they staying in the game. Brand new, seasoned, older vets. Doesn't matter to me. I'm inspired by everybody that's winning right now. Right? Are you inspired by losers? Do you vote for losers? Do you follow losers? If someone continues to lose over and over, is that the person that you want to follow? If the answer is yes, then you may have it a little confused there. But I'm pretty sure if someone wins over, I don't care how much times they win and you don't like them, I guarantee you when you see them get to that same championship spot again to go and compete, you like, they probably gonna win again. Because you already know the result. Because they prove it to you. That's who I follow. I follow winners. That's me right there. A mentor of mine says the most successful people in the world make $50,000 a month without having to lift their head off a pillow. And they can help others do the same. The most successful people in the world make $50,000 a month without having to lift their head off a pillow. And they can help others do the same.
This is why we do what we do, guys. The knowledge that you get, and that's why I wanted you on this call, Anton, because the knowledge that you throw on people is just money can't buy. And if you had to get this knowledge and have to pay for it, you pay thousands of dollars, but you getting this free. Yes, and this is what it's all about. So I want to thank you so much for jumping on this call with us, being a part of this podcast. How can people get in touch with you if they want to learn more, if they want to do a little Q&A with you one-on-one? How can people get in contact with you?
You could add me on Facebook. It's my name, Anton, Anton Francis. It's my last name. You could add me on Facebook if you want to get in contact, learn more about being recession-proof, being more acclimated to network marketing, how to earn residuals, all that stuff. Or you can follow me on Instagram. It's vision_air_dreams, right? You can follow me on there. And yeah, man, let's connect. Let's do it. Let's talk. And let's see where we can get you to the next level.
Yes, definitely, because we at an altitude right now that it's crazy. It's crazy. So again, thank you guys for jumping on. You could have been any place else, but you decided to join us, and this is what it's all about. We want to just impart some wisdom to you guys to get you to think differently, you know, and the self-development that all of us have gathered. Obviously, you can see the self-development that has occurred within us, you know, definitely with Anton. So thank you so much. And you know, it's a wrap. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. And this is Take Flight. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, evening, morning, whatever time zone it is.